closing my eyes. But let's just take a nice deep breath together, or two or three. Just take note of the breaths you are receiving. Just take a moment to bring yourself more into the present moment. And as always, I invite you to set an intention for yourself for the next 90 minutes or so that we'll be sharing together. So just take a few moments for breathing at your own pace. Okay, so tonight's warm-up is actually on the subject of confusion. And it's come up a lot in general, but it's come up a lot in a concentrated way, I would say, in the last couple of months. And Delilah has been asking me to speak about it from a spiritual workout perspective, and a few other people as well. So that's really all this is. But the caveat that I want to offer up before I get into this warm-up is I might not hit it. In other words, I might not know really entirely what all the ways that we experience confusion actually are. So if in the course of this little tidbit, if you will, this warm-up, you are somebody who is dealing with confusion, and what I'm about to say doesn't cut it, please bring it back into spiritual workout, and we'll go at it in another way. So when I think about confusion, when I listen to people talking about being confused, I'm often just thinking in terms of receiving a whole lot of information and not really being sure where it goes or what to do with it. Receiving a lot of information, not really being sure where it goes or what to do with it. So immediately that brings to mind for me as a spiritual workout practitioner, and we all know there's never one way to do anything. But one of the things that tends to get revealed in the course of the experience of being confused can be, who am I? And more specifically, what do I believe? Now, if I'm not particularly sure of myself, if I don't really know myself very well, if I am not really clear about what I believe, at least about some things, if not everything, then when a whole bunch of information comes at me, one of the reasons I might not know what to do with it is because I'm really not sure what I believe. And all this information that's coming at me is laying bare the fact that I really don't know what I believe. So beliefs matter, spiritual workout wise, feeling confused. If it feels like beliefs that you, me, any of us hold are the issue, then there's tons of opportunity right there to explore, who am I? What do I believe? What don't I believe? And on from there, obviously using the information that's come at you, that's laid this fact bare, as a means to start to clarify for yourself what you believe about whatever it is. One thing that also people seem to be talking about in terms of a whole bunch of information coming in and not knowing really what to do with it, where to put it, what to think about it, that I have heard myself say for many, many, many years, that the way out of confusion every time is intention. So sometimes the inundation of the information is confusing because we don't really know what we want. And all of a sudden, here's all this information. Here are perhaps a lot of options. And only when we know what we want can we start to sift and sort through the onslaught of information and toss away what doesn't align with an intention or two or three or five that we have for ourselves. Shiny, clear intentions, as we say here in spiritual workout world. So if I don't really know what I want and a whole bunch of information is coming at me, having intentions shiny and clear and at the ready will be a brilliant helper for how to sift and sort through that. And then the last question, or the last concept I think that comes into play for confusion, is this idea of discernment. So especially in these times, but we could be saying this, 6 months ago and for all the time before that. In other words, it's not just pandemic or now riot protest related, right? We have all this information coming at us and we don't really know what to do. The degree to which we have grown our listen to inspiration muscle is the degree to which we will be able to do that thing that we have to do when there's lots of different information coming, which is to discern. What is truth? What is true for me? What is true for me? Now, somebody who's practiced and has a somewhat developed listen to inspiration muscle has a way easier time of discerning. In fact, that is the discerning mechanism. So all three of these ideas, knowing who we are and what we believe, is going to help to sift and sort through information that comes at us. And if you find that you're in this category, be grateful for the information that's coming and the opportunity for you to learn something about who you are. It will only serve you going forward. And trust me, also, I have to say, in this moment of transition, in this moment of tremendous upheaval and where we are going, it is incumbent upon us in the new consciousness to be able to discern more and more and more, because there's so much new stuff coming at us, so much stuff that's dying, so much stuff that's being born, so many issues and challenges and questions and opinions and everything. And so for a period of time, probably all of our lives, our ability to discern is also just part and parcel of this moment in time that we're living in. So there is let me be clear about what I want. Well, I'm very clear about what I want. So as things come at me, it's very easy for me to toss out that which I don't need or want, maybe create a category of maybe, and create a category of yes. And all the other stuff goes away, and there's really not a lot of confusion. And then I jumped ahead and gave another reason for why being able to discern anything what do I mean by that? Running it through the system. Okay, this person said this, and this person said the exact opposite. And I really always like this person. I really always like what this person says too. Now, what do? Listen to inspiration. You might not have to make a decision in that moment, but now you have a lot of different thoughts swirling around, and you are the arbiter of you. You are the only one who knows what's right and true for you. So again, just to wrap it all up, the degree to which we know who we are, the degree to which we know what we want, and the degree to which we are good at discerning what's coming through us is, by listening to inspiration, is what I think will dial down confusion for all of us all the time. So I hope that's helpful. Please let me know one way or another if it is, if it isn't. Now let's talk about what you want to talk about.